Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 162.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released February 25th, 2015, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Abigail and the Snowman number 3 of 4. Abigail knows helping Claude find his way home won't be easy, goodbyes never are, but just as the two best friends set off on their journey, the Shadow Men put their top and most dangerous agent on the job of tracking the missing Yeti down. Next we have Adventure Time number 37. Ben and Jake might have finally met their match in the epic thumb war competition for baked goods, but it looks like their battle is just beginning as these two pals get ready for their biggest challenge yet. We've also got Clive Barker's Nightbreed number 10. As Midian crumbles, the Nightbreed are forced to the surface world once more to face all of mankind's hate and zealot rage. After betraying his people for the woman he loves, Boone now finds a new fire burning within him. The Chosen One will finally have to make the choice to live up to his title. Next we have Curb Stomp number 1 of 4. 3 gangs, 5 girls, no way out. Machete Betty leads a small gang of women under the self-appointed task of protecting their home of Old Beach, one of the 3 boroughs surrounding a rich metropolitan city. When Betty takes the life of a rival gang member in an act of self-defense, she sets off a chain reaction of retaliation, gang warfare, and unlikely allies. It's up to the Fever, Machete Betty, Derby Girl, Bloody Mary, Daisy Chain, and Violet Volt to defend their turf at all costs. We've also got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes number 4 of 6. Pope's past comes to light as his ascension from commanded to commander stirs trouble amongst the apes. With no sign of Pope's return, Cobra must do away with their kinship for the honor of Caesar. Alexander has been taken, Rita is dying as the simian flu takes more of her every day. The hardest days of Malcolm's life are upon him, and there's nothing he can do that will make things right. Nothing to do but try. Next we have Evil Empire number 11. Reese and her carefully amassed crew is finally making a dent in the Evil Empire. With Reese's resistance appealing to people to stand strong behind their beliefs, it's a matter of how many people fall on each side of the morality line. What do you stand for? We've also got George Perez's Sirens number 3. As Perdition and his zombie army battle the Sirens, Bombshell and Chan learn the truth about their unique relationship, and Ammo is forced to choose between her vow of pacifism or saving her teammate. And we've got Munchkin number 2. Munchkin, the game where you do whatever it takes to win, whether it's backstabbing your own mom or befriending your worst enemy, is now a comic. And the twists and turns are just as unpredictable as the game. This little comic has a real Napoleon complex, featuring a backup story by Jim Zub. All first printings come with an exclusive game card. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Captain Midnight number 20. Captain Midnight's on the hunt for the greatest threat this world has ever known. The Archon is out there, but who is he and what does he want? Midnight will have to rely on the ever-dangerous and unlikeliest of allies, Helios, to get the information he needs. But that knowledge lies deep within the heart of Project Black Sky's most secret compound. Next we have Colder, the Bad Seed number 5. Reese is trapped in the hungry world. Swivel's torture of Declan reaches a devastating climax, and a familiar face makes a terrifying reappearance. We've also got Conan the Avenger number 11. An old ally becomes a new enemy, and an evil sorcerer stands in Conan's way. Can Conan acquire the legendary treasure he's risked everything to find and live to tell the tale? Next we have Halo Escalation number 15. On a treacherous planet, the UNSC Infinity battles the bloodthirsty Covenant for control of the Janus Key and the Forerunner Empire's secrets. The action-packed sequel to Halo 4 Spartan Ops continues, story by Duffy Bordeaux and art by Sergio Ario. We've also got Mr. X Razed number 1 of 4. Visionary creator Dean Motter returns with a new masterpiece of retrofuturism. Radiant City is a metropolis as mysterious as its alleged creator, Mr. X. What should have improved the city left it cursed. Now Mr. X must watch over the City of Dreams turned City of Nightmares, keeping vigil during a holiday season that's anything but jolly. And we've got Tomb Raider number 13. Rihanna Pratchett, writer of the 2013 Tomb Raider video game, begins a new arc. Laura's quiet life working at the British Museum is shattered as she finds herself drawn into a dangerous game with her friend's life at stake, a friend who was thought to be already dead. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Django Zorro number 4 of 7. Diego de la Vega and his bodyguard, Django Freeman, get a first-hand look at the brutal tyranny wielded by the Archduke of Arizona in his drive to construct a railroad line across the length of his realm. Django is still trying to reconcile his first sighting of the masked and mysterious Avenger known as El Zorro. Could this strange black-clad apparition really be the proper and elderly gentleman who has hired him as his bodyguard? Quentin Tarantino and scriptwriter Matt Wagner continue their excitement along with artist Esteve Pols in this one-of-a-kind miniseries, the official sequel to the movie Django Unchained. Next, we have Doodle Jump Comics number 6. After undergoing a series of psychedelic tests, Doodler can see clearly what the evil manager is in store for his world, but is knowing enough to defeat his final foe? Don't miss the final issue of this original all-ages accessible comic book series from Dynamite. We've also got John Carter, Warlord of Mars number 4. With John Carter lost and presumed dead in the Martian desert, his enemy's triumph is all but assured. But who is Captain Joshua Clark of Earth, and why does his hatred of John Carter know no bounds? As Deja Thoris prays for her Warlord's safe return, the shocking origin of John Carter's arch-enemy is finally revealed. Superstar writer Ron Mars and rising star artist Abhishek Melasuni continue their acclaimed official run. Next we have King Prince Valiant number 1 of 4, I'll Dare Any Adventure. Welcome to the King, full of brawling knights and Arthurian adversaries and mystical meddling and courageous chivalry and serpentine sorcery and withering valor and time-shifting adventures and catastrophic confidence. Brave the battles courtesy of Nate Cosby and Ron Salas with connecting King cover by comic legend Darwin Cook. We've also got Sherlock Holmes vs. Harry Houdini number 4 of 5. The improbable has become the impossible. With magician Harry Houdini arrested after a bloodbath that has left his wife at the edge of death, Detective Sherlock Holmes must overcome his suspicions and his demons to free Houdini and overcome a powerful enemy that commands the unholy powers of the spirits. Next we have Turok Dinosaur Hunter number 12. Final issue. The Sheriff of Nottingham is ready for war, and he's got archers, crusaders, dogs of war, and many, many dinosaurs on his side. Can Turok and his merry men survive against impossible odds and save their brave new world? Is this the end, or a frightful new beginning? And we've got Twilight Zone Shadow and Substance number 2. The wrenching conclusion of Stumbling Distance. On a trip to his past, alcoholic writer William Gaunt must decide if he'll intervene in his childhood self's imminent suicide attempt, and if he'll confront his monstrous mother, and if he does, what havoc will it wreak on the future? From IDW Publishing, we've got Creature Cop Special Varmint Unit number 2 of 3. A pack of griffins is on the loose and tearing up the city, and that's the least of the problems for this band of misfit animal cops. A dead human body is veteran officer Kaminsky on the trail of a hybrid animal fighting ring that might just be related to a 10-year-old cold case that nearly ended Kaminsky's career and life. Next we have Dave number 1 of 5. Primetime TV, mortgages, traffic jams. The robots conquered Earth, wiping out all life in the galaxy, but nothing changed. Meet Dave, the greatest robot war hero, now trapped behind a desk at a soul-sucking day job. Can something somewhere snap him out of this slump? This is Dave's midlife crisis. We've also got Dead Squad number 4. Creators-writers Matthew Fetterman and Steven SNAKEA drive Dead Squad number 4 down a solemn and surprising road. The Dead Squad's former commanding officer, Colonel Fisher, turned traitor and snuffed out the lives of his own men to cover his tracks. Now a temporary reanimated Blake, Hooper, and Shane have Fisher in their custody. Will the Dead Squad recover the cutting-edge biotics that might extend their stays of execution, or will they be thwarted by the final twist of Fisher's campaign? Next, we have G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Agent of Cobra number 2 of 5. Snake Eyes begins his mission for Cobra, tracking down the former Cobra commander's son and bringing him in. But Snake Eyes is not the only Cobra agent on the hunt, as Storm Shadow enters the fray, looking for revenge. We've also got Galaxy Quest The Journey Continues number 2 of 4. The cast of the Galaxy Quest have enjoyed a career resurgence since returning from their intergalactic adventure, but all that is about to be interrupted by Quint, an alien with a very surprising axe to grind against Jason Nesmith and the crew of the NSEA Protector. Next we have Garbage Pail Kids Love Stinks number 1 one-shot. In December, the Garbage Pail Kids were dragged kicking and screaming into the world of comic books. Now those miscreants are right where you'd expect to find them, in love. That can't be right, you say? Well, if loving Garbage Pail Kids is wrong, we don't want to be right. So join the kids as they celebrate Valentine's Day the only way they know how, the exchange of bodily fluids and solids. We've also got Haunted Horror number 15, Beware, the Dead Are Walking Again. Under this terrifying Bernard Bailey cover, you'll find a crypt full of never reprinted pre-code classic horror comics by brilliant artists. The comics the U.S. Senate, Dr. Frederick Worthman, and your mom didn't want you to see. You'll discover grisly, gory, gruesome art and shocking stories in these banned comics, all lovingly restored. Next we have Joe Frankenstein number 1 of 4, an action horror adventure tale by the creators of Bane, Chuck Dixon, and Graham Nolan. Young Joe Pratt discovers, upon meeting the monster of his ancestor, that he is the heir to the Frankenstein name, a legacy that might get him killed if the creatures of the night have their way. We've also got Orphan Black number 1, One of a Kind. Sarah's life was changed dramatically after witnessing the suicide of a woman who looked just like her. Sarah learned that not only were she and the woman clones, but there were others just like them, and dangerous factions at work set on capturing them all. Now the mysterious world of Orphan Black widens, with new layers of the conspiracy being peeled back in this miniseries by co-creator John Fawcett. Next we have Star Trek number 42, Behemoth Part 2 of 2. In the epic finale of Behemoth, the crew of the Enterprise faces an alien threat unlike any they've encountered before in any timeline. It's a race against time to save the ship or be stranded in uncharted space. Don't miss this all-new adventure overseen by Star Trek writer-producer Roberto Orci, director of the new movie. We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 43, Attack on Technodrome Part 3. A major battle in Burnout Island unfolds. Will the Turtles be able to help Fugitoid and deactivate the Technodrome before it's too late? Meanwhile, Splinter and the Mutanimals go up against Karai and the Foot. Next, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutanimals number 1 of 4. Old Hob, Slash, Herman the Hermit Crab, Mondo Gecko, and Pigeon Pete have become a force to be reckoned with in the TMT ongoing, and now they've got their own miniseries in which their teamwork will be put to the ultimate test. When someone close to the group is kidnapped, the Mutanimals end up on an adventure more wild and dangerous than they could have imagined. What mysteries lurk at the Null Group? We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Animated Adventures number 20, Flavor of Fear Part 2. Michelangelo has uncovered the hidden truth behind everyone's strange behavior. With his brothers incapacitated by a devastating mental attack, it's up to Mikey to save the day. Next we have Transformers Drift Empire of Stone number 4 of 4, Final Fate. This is it. Drift and Ratchet showdown against the Stone Army. Will Drift rejoin the Autobots or forge a new fate in the farthest reaches of the galaxy? And we've got Zombies vs. Robots number 2, Inherit the Earth Part 2. Even on a dead nuked Earth, the zombies remain. But how? And both the dead and some of the bots seem to have gained sentience. But why? Also, new humans joined the fight. But who? Some answers and more questions are presented here. And in The Orphan Part 2, a new friendship is threatened by, of course, hordes of zombies and one very disturbed robot. From Image Comics, we've got Chew number 46, Blood Puddin' Part 1. New partner, new boss, new problems. Also, a new storyline. Next, we have Criminal Special Edition number 1 one-shot, Criminal Comes to Image. To celebrate the return of Criminal to print, Brubaker and Phillips return to their award-winning title for the first time in years for a 48-page special sure to thrill their readers, old and new alike. It's 1976 and Teague Lawless is doing 30 days in county jail with the price on his head. His only safe company from the savagery, a beat-up old comic magazine his dead cellmate left behind. It's criminal like you've never seen it before, with a comic within the comic and all those slick 70s thrills. Next we have Cyberforce number 11. The third arc kicks off with the team's realization that CDI is a necessary evil to keep even worse things at bay. Next we have Danger Club number 7. All of reality has been rebooted. A new universe and a new Danger Club once again stand at the brink of destruction. Is this a bold new direction for the critically acclaimed teenage heroes, or is this the beginning of the end? We've also got Graveyard Shift number 3 of 4. Liam and Hope get a crash course in Vampire 101. Next, we have Intersect number 4. One of our travelers in the Warp City is destroyed and the streets are bucking with grief. Flowers grow in the blood of a hero. The Lady of Birds descends for love. Every month, a new facet of the riddle of Intersect reveals itself. We've also got Low number 6. Tortured and humiliated at the hands of Royan, Pirate Lord of the Third City, Steel Kane has but a single chance to save what remains of her family and escape. How high is too high a price for tomorrow? Concluding the first arc of Low, the seminal sci-fi epic from the minds of Rick Remender and Greg Ticini. Next we have Odyssey number 3. Owen and her crew encounter the Cyclops. We've also got Rasputin number 5, The Death of Rasputin, shot by a sniper on the front lines during World War I, but that's not the way it's supposed to happen. Something's very wrong. Next we have Roche Limit number 5. Alex, Sonia, and Becca desperately try to get off of Roche Limit to escape the escalating destruction, learn the secrets of the anomaly in the final issue of the first volume of the critically acclaimed breakout hit. We've also got Sex number 20, The Big Date, One Step Closer. Will Simon get lucky? Next, we have Superannuated Man number 6 of 6, miniseries conclusion. Blackwater burns as the ocean gives up its secrets about the mutated animals in this senses-shattering series finale. All will be revealed. Well, maybe not all. This is a Ted McKeever book, after all. We've also got They're Not Like Us number 3, Don't Look Back. Next, we have Thief of Thieves number 26, How Does the World's Greatest Thief Relax? Even on vacation, Redmond is always working. And we've got The Wicked and the Divine number 8. Now the 11th God is here. It's time to party. You're invited. Everyone's invited. We can sleep when we're dead, but when you'll be dead within 2 years, you may as well turn up in your pajamas. After 7 issues of Egomaniacs, it's time for an issue where the crowd is the star. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Quantum and Woody Must Die number 2 of 4. The fix is in, and award-winning creators James Asmus and Steve Lieber are about to unleash a world of hurt on the world's worst superhero misadventures. Quantum and Woody have been hypnotized. But why? And how did these two chuckleheads suddenly become the heroes and idols of millions? A sinister puppet master lays his cards on the table and activates his Manchurian candidates. Because when the world's worst superhero team swoops into action, Quantum and Woody must die. Out in trades this week, we've got Sex Criminals Volume 2, Two Worlds, One Cop trade paperback. The second storyline from the Eisner Award-winning Sex Criminals finds the honeymoon to be over for John and Susie. Once the thrill of new lust fades, where do you go? Come along and laugh and love with Matt and Chip as they brimp back ceaselessly against the past. And we've got The Walking Dead Volume 11 hardcover. After Alexandria is destroyed by Negan, the remaining communities unite for one last stand against the Saviors. The aftermath to the war leads to the biggest status quo change in the history of this acclaimed series. Collects The Walking Dead number 121 to 132. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.